Here is my moon glow pear. Little update on my Fantasia nectarine. Some of my other stuff. This is my Arapaho black. This is the wine sap, stark spur. You can kind of see how it's got spurs all up the limb, just like that. Another one over here. It is a red Rome. Actually, in between it is the Scarlet Crush. So it's got a bunch of apples on it. This is the Red Rome Beauty. This one is loaded every year. This is a stark spur. Show you what I mean by that. You can see the branches just have more spurs on both sides. You see the cluster there, and then you see the cluster there. It's kind of the whole way up the stem are the fruit spurs. Same with this guy here. It's got one after the other. Fruit spur. There's one. There's one. There's one. Back here, we got a few little strawberries, but this is my Granny Smith. And we have another. These are a few commular ones that I have. Can't remember the names of them, but this little guy's got an apple on it even. I had to chop this one off right here because there was a big hornet's nest in it that was about the only way to get rid of it. This one here, I believe, is a golden sentinel commular apple. Over here, we'll see what we got. This is called the golden treat. And this one has a little golden treat on it. This one here, I don't know that there's anything on this one. Wow, those are pretty good. And there's strawberries everywhere. Seems like clover is about the only thing that comes up in these strawberries. There's another big one down there. White still, but wow, that is really good. Okay, anyway, there's the golden sentinel. Over here is the tangy green. This one I've been waiting for, and I don't look like I have any apples on it. The tangy green didn't want to give me any this year. This is my tangy green. It's about, let's say about 8 foot tall, 7 foot. This is my Kinder Crisp again. See how well it does back here in this corner. Dark Snow Crimson Nectarine is what this one is here. It's another tasty red urban commular apple tree. I've got quite a few of these commular apple trees back here. I've been meaning to transplant some of them on the side of my house, but spring's the best time, and I didn't get around to it this year. Oh yeah, this guy right in front of me is a Granny Smith. There's some little guys on there. I've gotten a few off this. This one also is maybe 2 or 3 years old. There's a few of them right there, you can see, Granny Smith. Here's my other Fuji right next to the Granny Smith. This one's got quite a few too. It's a Fuji. Back here, this one is my Candy Crisp. Kind of this one back here, but I'm actually about to move it because actually this is a Golden Delicious Stark Spur. This is my Ambrosia. Here we have my All-Star Peach. This one's doing pretty good too, for the circumstances of the corner that it's back in. There's an All-Star Peach back there. I tried to kind of cut the top of this one to let a little bit of light into this corner, but it's got a lot of peaches on it actually. This is a little Red Delicious that I kind of stuffed in here last year also. It's got a few apples on it. Little clusters. This back here it's a commular apple tree. Here we have the Kinder Crisp apple. This one is a dwarf also, but it's a pretty good producer. Got quite a few on it last year, and it looks like it's going to give me quite a few this year also. There's another Royal Empire. I'll usually let them get to a decent size, and I'll kind of go through and thin it out and kind of cut out some branches to let them get light too. I'll show you what I look for, like on this one for instance. I would pull this one off, and I like that one, but I don't like the spot on it. So maybe I'll let that go another week or two. That one's got a spot also. The blemishes don't bother me. So now we're kind of over in the corner here. Oh yeah, my Santa Rosa plum. Now this one is my Ruby Darling. I want to say I bought this in 2019, so this is year number 4, and I did get a few apples last year. But it looks like it's got a lot more this year than it did last year. Those look pretty good. This is a cross between a Honeycrisp and a Gala. And then we have some of this just needs thinned out. This is a Belle of Georgia peach. I just really didn't have anywhere to plant, and it looked like this was getting sun, but probably shouldn't have planted it here. But I think it's got a few peaches on it actually this year. No. A few of them right there. There's another one right in front of me. Next to it, this is a Red Haven peach. It's my Red Haven. Another nice one on it. This one usually does pretty good. My July Alberta actually does good too. I just chopped a lot of it off of it last year, and it's kind of struggling. So this is my Katharina peach. There's another decent sized peach. See if we can find another one on here somewhere. This one cropped pretty heavy last year, so I was wondering how good it would do this year. Man, looks like it's covered in, oh, it's just the hairs on it. This one here is a new one that I bought that was an XL 2 years ago. It was actually grown pretty big. It's a Gala peach. I thin a lot of the insides of these out just because they don't get a lot of light anyway. So I thought I saw a few on this one, but maybe not. There's another bubblegum plum. These are the ones down where it's not getting any light. And here we have a red gold nectarine. There's a nice size one right there. Got a few of them up there. And we have the them.Apple. Looks like we have a bubblegum plum right here. Probably a few more on there. There's another one right there. Oh, there's a few more right here. May 30th, 2023. Do a little walk through here, show you some of my stuff. It's the Bartlett pear we have right here. This is kind of the row in between the trees that I have going on. So we'll take a little walk. Here's a few more bubblegum plums. Here we got the Bartlett pear. It's a beech tree behind it. This here is a Dasu Lee. It's an Asian pear tree, and I don't believe I have any on it. This is kind of one I've been wanting to try for, I think I've had this in here 2 years now. This is another example of overcrowding. We have an Anjou pear right next to it that I think I'm going to rip out just so it gets a little more light, and maybe even the Bartlett on that side. And then over here we have a Chojuro Asian pear. This one's doing pretty good too. There's quite a few pears on it. And this one I just bought last year. This is the Venture Peach. So this thing's just, look at it, it's just loaded with peaches. I'll probably thin a lot of these out just because this is still a young tree, and even if it wasn't, I would probably thin it out because it's too many peaches in my eyes. Peach there. See all the pears behind it. It's the Venture Peach. Next to that, this one is a Bartlett pear. A few pears up there. This one's kind of got a flopper. I'll probably chop this one off. This is another one that's going to have to get moved right here. This is just a little Honeycrisp that I planted here because I didn't expect this Wolf River to get this big, but it did. And there's some more Bartletts up there. But the Wolf River is supposed to have softball size apples on it. You can see this thing's just covered in clusters. Another one. There's a bunch of them. If you look at the top, you can just see the clusters. I'm gonna have to get a ladder and thin that. It's a Wolf River. Here's another one that I planted kind of close. This is my Royal, or I want to say it's a Royal Empire, but thinking it's something different. A few of these, my tags came off. Whatever it is, there's a nice little apple right there. Got these on there to keep the sun off of it. I believe this one is a Royal Empire apple. Not completely positive. We've got a few down here too. There's that Wolf River again. This is the problem I'm running into. I kind of like it, but I need to thin some of these back because they're kind of crisscrossing because I planted them too close. Here we have a few peaches. Kind of go down the line here. This is my July Alberta. This one, if you kind of look in there, yeah, there's a few. This is the Flaming Fury peach. I have the Flaming Fury jumbo peach over there, and this one was next to it, but it needed more room, so I actually dug it up and moved it this year. It's actually doing pretty well. Over here we have the jumbo peach. Might even have a few peaches on that one. Yeah, looks like there's one right there. May 30th, 2023. Already got a nice one on there. It's about the size of a golf ball. On the fence behind where my shed is, we have some grapes. See the little clusters starting all over. Some of my stuff in the alley here. There's a few in the middle I need to take out. We're running out of room. Those are new. Pear right there. I see a few more on there. There's a few Anjou pears. Blackberry. Over here, this is a seckel pear. I think there's a few of them on there. There's one right there. Another one hiding back there. And this is the Crimson Crisp. This one's loaded. I'm gonna have to clean this one out. These ones over here I just transplanted this year. It's actually a Granny Smith in the back that I moved over from the other side. I think I'm gonna tear out some more of these bushes here and keep going and move some around that are kind of overcropped in here. Here's my espalier I'm trying to do here. My Fuji apple. That's a standard Fuji apple tree. Back here we have some Primark 45 blackberries.